Welcome to Source Material, a podcast where we tell each other funny and or formative stories from our lives and then make it into an RPG and play the story out together. It's like a combination of long-form improv, collaborative storytelling, and maybe a touch of group therapy. We last joined our crew mid-rest stop at the Tumble Station Resort Casino. They, along with the rest of the casino, watched as Lil Mitch, astride his space dirt bike, blinked into warp speed, headed for the likely pirate-infested Terrasorna.
Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I bet there were no previous takes.
Oh my god. What's incredible is the way Nathan just does it in one go. Like, he doesn't have to say
one take Nathan, that's what they call him.
Yeah, one taken Nathan.
Okay, we're in the casino.
We're in the casino, and we have to do character intros. Don't forget, because this is a really important step for me to get back into characters, Mr. Bilchert. Okay. I am Mr. Bill Church, and my girlfriend's grandson just did a spacewalk, and I love authority and coffee.
And I'm Grandma Mo. Some people call me Captain Mo. And I'm just staring out the big old wide window screen where my grandson just disappeared just because I can't believe that it happened. And maybe if I don't look away, he'll somehow reappear.
Nice drama.
And I'm Summer. I was supposed to be babysitting Lil Mitch during his, supposed escape into space. And who can really say who's at fault? I feel like not me. I feel like the adults. I'm a child. Don't worry about why I'm in this casino gambling right now. I'm actually how old am I? 11? 10? I'm probably younger than Lil Mitch, really.
Summer's whole thing is like Mitch's alleged escape. Like, we don't actually know where he is. Like,
she switches the filter on her face from the 30-year-old to like a very wide-eyed young.
Little old me? You put me in charge?
I'm just a baby.
All right, Mitch, do you want to describe Little Mitch as you are like sailing your way through warp speed or whatever it is?
Oh yeah. So I'm Lil Mitch. It's my birthday. I got my cool backpack Sorny door detector on, dressed up to look like a Carplonkadoris. I am ripping this dirt bike light speed after fast talking the hell out of a gruff machine worker. And I'm just living my birthday dreams to go find these Sorny doors out on the outer reaches of pirate space.
Hell yeah.
Mitch, can you make a brains roll as you're like navigating through warp speed just to see how fast and how like direct your route is and everything else like that?
Yes, I can. The 8 gives me... Oh, it's a 2!
Okay. So I think what that means that when you do arrive, a decent portion of... Remember you had like 6 hours of air in your spacesuit? I think a good portion of that will be gone because it'll take you a long time to get to Terrasorna.
Oh shit.
Nice.
What do we think as a group the odds are of us like mechanically accidentally killing Little Mitch?
I think low.
I mean, hey, sometimes the dice decide. As an improviser, I think my secret motivation will be end Lil Mitch's life. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that.
Dang it, that was mine too. And it was Emma's. She told me.
Yeah, we all wrote it down beforehand. We all independently wrote secret motivations, and they're all kill Lil Mitch.
Including Little Mitch, who had a suicidal secret.
It's true.
Yeah, this is actually a we invite guests on under a false premise just to see how they react.
Just to break them.
Podcast where y'all's secret motivation is to kill the guest.
And we make you the villain before you die.
It's a little more psychologically like we we invite you on to play a child version of yourself that we then kill as you assume that role. It's
And
like,
we pretended like you weren't supposed to be you, and then we're like, oh, actually, maybe you should be you.
yeah,
We
maybe you
don't
should be
usually
you.
do this. Haha.
What would you sound like being torn limb by limb by a dinosaur?
Yeah,
Walk us
scream,
through
Little
that.
Mitch, scream.
No, do it like you were 6, you know?
You know how Mr. Bill Church was kind of scary to you? Well, picture he's murdering you. How does Little Mitch react?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, back in the casino, one of the robots hits an alarm as just like, hey, we all just saw that. That was bad. And suddenly there is a blaring light that starts going off in the casino as the stuff starts getting shut down. Mr. Bill Church, I don't know if you ever got to cash out those chips, but it looks like windows are closing.
Oh fuck. I'm trying to decide if Mr. Bill Church is depraved enough to try to quick claim his money while Lil Mitch is going off into space. He might be. No, I think Mr. Bill Church trusts in the system that he will eventually be able to claim his money, and he is in fact concerned about Captain Mo's grandson. I think.
How noble. Grandma Mo finally starts snapping out of it, and she looks up at you. Bill, what? How did he get a hold of? What are we gonna do?
Oh, Mo, I don't know, but oh god, that's not good, is it?
Her eyes turn dark, and she says, "Where's Summer?"
Summer does activate a filter that makes you look like slightly more cute and innocent while plausibly being deniable as an actual filter, you know. And approaches with her head hanging low, walking very slow, both out of shame and to avoid disturbing the filter. Hi, Grandma Mo.
She turns from looking at Bill. She stands up from her chair. You can see her legs are a bit shaky as she's still like in some kind of shock. Why weren't you watching your cousin?
I swear, Grandma Mo, I was watching him. We went to the kids' bash and everything, and then I tucked him neatly into bed because he was all tuckered out from all of the partying that we did.
How'd you get here?
Well, I think I'm sleepwalking right now. Oh, what? I'm awake?
Make a brains combined with a charm roll, because it's the combination of how well you did at making your tech, look like you're young and cute and innocent and oh who me. And she obviously isn't going to believe you because your lie was that you sleepwalked your way into a casino. But it's whether or not she's like extremely furious at you.
Okay.
So I think the difficulty here is going to be a 13.
Okay.
You're combining the two and taking a -2.
Yeah. Where's the dice? Dice getting paused. Everyone get your dice.
Catch your dice.
I thought there were some just here.
Oh, right here.
Cool. Alright, she got her dice.
Nice.
I fail that. I get a 12. So I'm just under it. But I don't get a 13.
Okay, so what that means is if you either like just barely match it or you're just under it, it means that you can either like just barely fail or you can just barely succeed but with some sort of a cost. So I'm going to describe, you see her eyes are just narrowing down at you. Mr. Bill Church, you can feel, you got like your hand on her shoulder from before and you can feel her muscles just tighten as she's about to like lurch forward and just grab at you or something because she's just so upset.
Oh man.
Mr. Bill Church is a coward of a man, and is really just glad the wrath is not being directed at him. So he's going to kind of gently play, half-heartedly place a hand on Mo's shoulder and be like, "Oh, Mo, kids will be kids, but I don't, I'm not sure, what to do here. I mean, let's focus on the problem at hand, huh, honey?"
Ooh, can I make a brains roll to activate a single teardrop rolling down my face as part of this filter?
It's going to be deafness versus her brains. So if you can do this, like, you can change this thing subtly more, then she can notice it.
Okay.
So she gets a D10.
I get a D8.
Okay. Oh, I got
7.
a 1.
Yo, she thinks that's a real tear. What an old lady.
You say that, Mr. Bilchurch. Captain Mo is still, like, about to, like, walk forward and maybe just, like, grab a hold of Summer to, like, yank her back into the room or something else, who knows. But as she's moving forward menacingly, she looks down and doesn't see you very quickly change what your tech is doing. And a very small but obvious, like, slightly twinkling tear falls down your face.
Yeah.
And she reaches you, and instead of, like, grabbing you or whatnot, she just embraces you really tightly. She says, "It's okay. We'll talk about all this later. Bill, you're right."
If there's one thing Mr. Bilchurch loves, it's like appeasing his girlfriend Mo. So, oh yeah, don't you see she feels bad enough, Mo?
I just respond to Bill. You were right, Uncle Bill. You do get the younger generation.
I don't think you have to roll for Mr. Bilchurch to be charmed by that.
He can see her filter like breaking up as she hugs Mo.
Captain Mo, like, pulls away from the hug with Summer. Says, "You're right, Bill. We need to focus. It's about finding Lil Mitch. Can anybody..."
I think Mr. Bilchurch is going to do one of the things he does best and look for an authority figure as Mo cries out.
And there's a park kiosk with an older gentleman in a beige suit and beige hat and beige sunglasses. Honestly, y'all see, like, he looks like your platonic idea of a stern park ranger figure.
Mr. Bilchurch sees his outfit and goes, "Oh, thank God, my favorite color," and immediately kind of hooks it over to the booth. Then he goes, "Oh, excuse me, sir. I don't know if you've noticed that child that kind of took that space dirt bike out into space. But we were wondering if you could help us out with that, maybe."
Oh, I definitely noticed this unauthorized excursion into protected space. The Sornidor planet is a delicate ecosystem, and we try to keep tabs on all the comings and goings, so their delicate ecosystem isn't disrupted. You know, pirates are part of that natural ecosystem too.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well,
Captain Mo walks in there, as you said, "Tell me more about that," and just interrupts the two of you guys, kind of like jawing off. "I don't care what you're talking about. Protected this species and protected pirates. You're going to have to protect yourself from me if you don't start a search going for my grandson."
Now, ma'am, it's a very dangerous piece of space. And, really, it would be unfair to the pirates, that have learned to hunt in this ecosystem. We try not to interfere.
A dangerous part of space, but a child just went there. That's my point.
Well, then, all right.
Oh, well done, Mo. Oh, good job, Mo. That was great.
Let's get whatever paperwork needs to get, and let's just get moving.
Here, all you need to do is fill out the, I've lost my grandson in deep space form, and we'll be able to get this expedited right away.
Oh, you know what, sir? I'll start filling that out, and why don't you and Mo get to work? I just really appreciate your role in society, and if you could do your best on this, I'd really appreciate it. And I don't know if that's a role, but I am a rule follower, which is +1 charm to authority figures. So I'll take care of the paperwork while this man gets down to business. Is kind of Mr. Bilchurch is volunteering.
Mr. Bilchurch, you get a huge stack, and maybe make a brains roll, but you get to add that rule follower bonus to see how fast and efficiently you're able to make it through this red tape.
Okay, I've got a D6 +1, and I rolled a 3, so I got a 4.
Nice. So yeah, I think, it's a bit different. You're like, they talk a lot about pirate law. It gets added in here way more than you would expect. Wow.
And pirate law is really specific.
Yeah, the ransoms really, everything's in favor of the pirates. But you get through it.
What are we all doing? Let's get in the freaking camper and get Lil Mitch.
As you say that, your friend, who is there with her alien tech walks up to you. So, was that your cousin who had like the bloody face and...
Hell yeah, that was my little cousin. You wish you were in this family, bitch. And Summer like makes a beeline for the garage.
Her friend's stupid boyfriend kind of goes, "Damn, babe, that was kind of sick."
Whatever. I think we could cut over maybe to Little Mitch.
We should take a second to establish just like things about space and about like Lil Mitch's current situation.
One thing we should do, I think we should stick with what that old lady said as far as the percentages go, and literally just roll to see whether or not there's pirates and whether or not they're the cannibal pirates or the fun campy pirates.
Oh yeah, what was the percentage? I don't remember.
It was 50-50.
I remember. No, it was 70%. 70% chance you're gonna run into pirates, and then you got a 50% chance of those pirates being campy and fun and colorful, and they'll steal stuff, but that's okay. And then you got ones that have already skinned their own skin and want to put on yours, and they don't even really take your money. They just want your skin and organs.
It's literally the dichotomy is our flag means death versus Reavers from Firefly.
So, yeah. 70% and then 50-50.
Okay, so Lil Mitch, do you want to make your rolls? I guess roll a d10, and if you get 1 to 3, no pirates, and 4 to 7 pirates.
Okie doke, let's go.
I think we should do where you, like, you know, you recommended describing. We can maybe describe, like, what space is like and what the planet's like, and then whether or not there's pirates can be decided after by his roll.
Okay, I was gonna say the beautiful green gem of Terrasorna. I mean, it's a lot of like bright green continents and deep neon blue oceans, and it's got like one of those awesome Saturn rings kind of around the whole thing, with a line of moons going off on either side in perfect, beautiful orbit. And I can see it getting closer and closer as I zoom up on my space dirt bike.
I want to say that it's like our moon, where there's like a dark and unexplored side of the planet. Like maybe people think, you know, probably they're all extinct, but maybe we haven't seen like the dark side of the planet, you
No
know?
one's been able to get there.
Yeah.
It's definitely like Lion King, everything the light touches versus the elephant graveyard. Is what I'm imagining for the dark side of the planet. But I think the like space dirt bike you're riding, I hope that's accurate to last episode, but I think the space dirt bike you're riding is very fun and cool, and like has like cool streaks down the side, and you like Lil Mitch is relaxed to the point where he can kind of put his feet up. Based on your rolls, we might see fellow spaceships in the distance.
And I'm going to roll a 1d4, and it says you check as you are having fun riding, like Maddie said, this little dirt bike spaceship, and you check your little watch or something, and you see that it says you only have 2 hours left of basically air. So that's a decent chunk, but you know, you're not sure if you'd be able to make your way back, or you're not sure. That'll all be a problem for 2 hours from now, though.
Yeah. You know, I definitely only have one way planned.
Right.
That's for sure.
All right, and then do you want to do high or low for your roll? You know, 1 to 3 is no pirates, or 7 to 10, or you know what I mean?
Let's say I want to roll high.
Cool. Okay, wait, but do you want pirates?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so anything above a 3 is pirates.
Okay. D10. Let her rip. That's a 9.
Nice.
Oh, that's a lot of pirates, probably.
A lot of pirates.
All right, and then Maddie, how about you represent fun, campy pirates, and I'm gonna roll a d20. Me and Emma will represent cannibalistic pirates, and it's 50-50, whoever rolls higher on this D20.
Nathan, that is so nice of you to give me fun, campy pirates. We're rolling D20s.
Yeah, and then me and Emma over here are going to roll this one.
Oh, I only got a 7.
We also got a 7.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, wait.
Wait, can there be like a war? There's both of them?
Yeah.
There's definitely both.
Yes.
That was my first thought.
I love it.
Wow. This worked out perfectly.
How about we go around again and each of us do like now what we see. We described what the area is and what Mitch's situation is. Now we describe the pirate situation, all 4 of us.
Yes. There's definitely like one ship is like spiky and sharp angles. And the other one is literally like oh my god, like Treasure Island, like a wooden caravel, like equivalent of a spaceship. Like it really just looks like a whole Dutch East India Trading Company or whatever vibe.
All right, I'm going to say that they are currently at war. Like, they are at war over some sort of a resource, and what you see is a combination of, like, the spiky, weird, insane ship is just sort of ineffectively shooting, like, broken parts of other ships at the wooden ship. Meanwhile, people are just, like, swinging from ropes and whatnot, trying to jump over towards the crazy, insane ship. And it's just this insane nonsense battle happening, like right up next to the planet.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm imagining like a Mad Max vibe to our spiky ship. Where, yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And even to our pirates, a little bit of that. Like, we're all bald, probably. We have, like weird scar tattoos, and women are included in that baldness, but we like paint like ashes back onto our hair with like our fingertips, so we got a real eclectic looking cannibal pirate crew. There's even like a head of one of the silly pirates is mounted on a stake on our ridiculous
on the spiky porcupine.
On the spikies. So like you have like a Jolly Roger-y smiley boy pirate type. I guess I don't know if the Jolly Roger is actually a smiley pirate. I don't know pirate history.
He was very jolly.
Well, a jolly pirate head is mounted threateningly on, one of the spikes of our ship.
And there's a little speech bubble that says, "My name's Roger."
Not so jolly now.
Also, I'd like to point out, Emma, you keep saying we. Emma keeps referring to herself as one of the cannibalistic pirates, which I guess you and Nathan are representing them. But you just immediately,
I didn't
really
know
took that role.
So Emma took that role, and I'm happy to take it as well. And Maddie, you can take your role as the other one. I didn't know that it was so dramatically that we are now these guys and they are now those guys. But that's fine.
That's what I was envisioning.
No, hey, I don't mind it.
Sweet.
I think, Mitch, you still have a descriptor maybe pirates?
Ooh, yeah. Now I can't stop imagining Mad Max. It's like, yes, they have speaker systems blaring death metal into space on one side, and then the other side is they also have a speaker system, but they're blaring like accordion music and having just a wonderful frolic out on the deck.
I was thinking that we should try to do a Pirates of the Caribbean bit where there's like a Keira Knightley and an Orlando Bloom on the campy ship, but then I realized Nathan and Emma and I have already done that in a previous D&D campaign.
What we should do is like star-crossed lovers. Like there's a bald crazy lady on the insane cannibal ship and some fancy lad on the caravel ship who fall in love during this.
Okay, those are the characters that we have to play if we're playing those pirates.
Emma, do you mind playing, or would you rather play on the cannibal ship? Do you want to play the lady that falls in love with Maddie's character, or do you want to play somebody else?
I'll be the most serious helm. I'll leave you guys to your romance.
Unfortunately, if we're doing Our Flag Means Death, the cannibal does have to be gay. It has to be a gay pirate relationship.
Sure, I don't know what that means exactly, but I could live with that.
We'll figure that out as it goes.
As long as someone says, "You're the governor's daughter."
I feel like I'm missing a lot not seeing this show.
That's just a throwaway line from Pirates of the Caribbean that has somehow lived rent-free in my head for decades. Just this woman going, "You're the governor's daughter."
Such a random. I don't even remember that line. I like that movie.
You'd best start believing in campy gay pirate love stories. You're in one.
Okay, one other thing that I want to add is I think that, like, the thing that they're warring over or fighting over is you see that there is it's like those gross, intense tar pits or whatever that Emma was referring to, but that have the Sornidor remains in them. And you can see that they're either grabbing up or doing something else to maybe the Sornidor remains, where they're like bringing it back to their ship. The Caravel ship's got just like weird hooks and stuff, and the other one, it's all like barbed and nonsense, but that's what the two ships are battling over, and that's what Little Mitch sees as he exits out of warp speed and enters into the atmosphere or the, orbit around this planet.
And hey, maybe little do they know, they're actually pillaging a sacred Sornidor burial site, and maybe there's still Sornidors alive that are worried about that.
Who can say?
Maybe.
Who can say?
I think just as the one last detail, the like spiky chain coming out of the like cannibal ship is like a spiky chain, but then the like equivalent coming out of the campy gay pirates ship is like a bunch of bed sheets tied together.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to, I think, zigzag around the battle and try to like land my ship near the tar pits on the ground. That's my goal.
Oof.
I'll need to get around the battle.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna, just white knuckle it, ripping and gripping it and trying to zigzag through.
I love that. Either deftness or grit. What do you guys think is best for that?
I almost think that could be up to Lil Mitch. It could be one of the two.
Seems pretty gritty to me.
Oh yeah, well if you're gonna use your grit to get through it, you better roll grit.
Do have a -1 to my grit. So
I do think this is hard. I think probably like, I don't know, 8?
Hell yeah. Love of the game.
All right, 8 difficulty to make it through unnoticed and unharmed.
that is an 8 -1, 7.
Oh.
The reason why you have a -1 is because you're a rookie. So if you don't mind, Mitch, can you describe like how your rookiness screws this maneuver up for you?
Oh, I'm very confident in this time. My time playing video games, because I picked a ship that looked most similar to a video game I'd played. So I'm trying to like zigzag through the battle and kind of use like one of the like ricochet off an explosion. I think like if I time it right, I'll be able to like the two ships are like shooting missiles and stuff at each other, and they're meeting in the middle and creating these big explosions. And I think if I time it right, I can just like get on the backside of an explosion, and that'll push me, blow me to safety, as it were.
Explosion style.
But I don't time it right, and when the explosion hits me, it kind of sends my ship kind of corkscrewing a little bit.
All right, I think we can cut to on the deck of, let's say, Maddie, your ship.
Yes. Yes, please. There's a ruffled shirt wearing big MC Hammer pants style, and he has like floppy like curly auburn hair, and his name is Frederick Bunny, and he has a curved saber, and he's kind of holding his hand to his forehead, just kind of aghast, and he's like, "Oh, where could my lover Margle Bargle the cannibal be on the other ship? How cruel it is that we're forced to fight this way." And then he spies Lil Mitch's ship kind of being blown astray by the explosion. What ho? An intruder! I better act fast. And he presses a button, and his zero-G suit comes on, and he starts diving into the expanse of space after Lil Mitch.
Meanwhile, Margle Bargle is on like the cannibal ship's version of, being up in the crow's nest, and he's got this like really big, intense-looking telescope. But in order to hold it and put your eye to it, it's got like spikes that sort of like stab into around your eye, and it's just necessary to use the machine.
Oh God!
He's looking at it, And he says, "Oh, what are you doing there, my wonderful prince, my captain? Why are you sailing?" And he sort of follows your path and then tracks your path and sees and says, "Oh, Captain, there's some sort of a child amidst the battle, tumbling, it looks like. What should we, Captain?"
The captain, a fierce-looking bald woman who has repainted very long black ash hair onto her very pale skin that's got all kinds of like body modification scars and stuff. Looks back in disgust because she knows that your telescope has been wandering. For the last time, you will focus all of your energy. I guess they're French. I don't know. I have a limited.
Hey, that one's you're.
The cannibal pirates are French. It just makes sense.
Here was my thought process. I was gonna do a Russian accent because I can do like French, Russian, and Southern, and those are the extent of my accents. But then I was like, no, Emma, you're being racist towards Russians by making
Towards
these
angry Russian ladies.
by making this evil cannibal lady Russian. She should have a
That's
French...
more racist towards Russians. Sorry, now you're double canceled.
No,
Choosing not to do it because
edit
of
it out.
that.
Edit it out.
All right, Emma, retake your French angry.
No, get no.
Oh no!
Okay, we're not the silly pirates.
No,
We're the very
you're the angry pirates. You're the mad, cannibal, crazy
I'm
reavers.
a mad, cannibal, crazy reaver pirate with a French accent. I feel like I was on a great roll at first. What's your
It's
character?
because your character really wants to be one of the whimsical pirates that is being
no,
forced to be
yeah.
angry and cannibalistic.
Characters simply don't need this amount of depth.
No.
They simply don't.
The background is that like I was actually born into the whimsical pirate thing, but rejected by that society because I wasn't whimsical enough, and I really wish that I could be. That's how I got my French accent. Anyways, I was just born like a whimsy French pirate character.
A whimsy French pirate.
Yeah, but like I wasn't whimsical enough for everyone, so I had to like go the opposite
And
extreme.
as we know, if you're a pirate, there's only one of two choices. You know how to establish that.
I'm not whimsical enough. I better flay my skin and start craving flesh.
Oh well.
The magic of piracy.
Oh boy.
You better refocus that telescope on the ship that we are in the middle of attacking. We are going to burn them alive and eat their freshly roasted corpses.
Oh, but Captain, you don't understand. There's a child unrelated to the battle. Just here, we can send the chain after it, and then perhaps we can eat and roast the fresh skin of a child rather than the skin of, some sort of a really handsome, muscular captain of the enemy.
Oh, I don't know. One more time, Rick Rack.
Oh, I think my name was Morgogrog.
It's Margle Bargle.
Not even close to Rick Rack. That's fine.
No, so far from Rick Rack. Margle Bargle.
You're right. Rick Rack and Margle Bargle are nothing alike.
Hey, they could both be like bad Rick and Morty, like first pitch Rick and Morty names.
You're right. You should go after the child. In fact, I even see a pirate on the way there that you could flay and kill as you're on your way to the child. If you kill him first, you may kill the child.
But I could not.
Go. So I send you.
All right. So you load him into normally this ship would have an escape pod, but you guys have retrofitted it into a weird attack thing where it just shoots the person out like there's some kind of a missile or something. So, Lil Mitch, can you make a deafness roll difficulty of just 3, as you have to avoid suddenly there's a canister with a person inside of it that shoots out of the ship in your direction.
Okay. Would my unassuming help me with this? I guess I've already been noticed, so it won't help me escape unnoticed.
Exactly, yeah, I don't think so, no.
Okay, so I'm rolling a D10. Let's go. It's another 9. Let's go.
So you are able to very easily and without issue avoid this thing as it whizzes past you, but then you see it slams into the planet.
I do a sick barrel roll, by the way.
Sick barrel roll. The canister slams into the planet nearby where you were planning to land via the tar pit that they're trying to pull stuff out of.
Oh,
And you notice that you've got some weird looking guy with like a very frilly captain's jacket on following you.
There's a moment, I think, where the pirate Frederick Bonny, he passes in front of a brightly lit nearby moon and is briefly backlit, and as he does, 3 tears fly off of his face and kind of glimmer in the moonlight, and he goes, "Oh, will my love ever be requited, or will we be separated by our 2 societies until death do us part?" And and then he continues plunging headfirst down to catch up to Lil Mitch. Yeah.
oh, it's
Damn,
a
this is the
party.
character I was born to play.
Looking at my my wonderful Sornidor cosplay as a Carplancadoris, I'm like, oh, they must be trying to capture me because they think that I am a Sornidor. They'll never harvest my oil.
Just your organs.
Let's see. What we should we what does it look like where Mitch landed? Like he's near the tar pits. Is there like a Jurassic Parky forest to like a forest edge nearby? And maybe some like nondescript Sornidor bones nearby.
That sounds good to me. Yeah, I think there's also like both groups have like started setting up an outpost here, but we're unable to finish it because they're trying to harvest something from this area. So there's like the bones and remains of like these little like oil harvesting camps or whatever, but mostly it's just like slightly ruined forest, the bones, and then this large tar pit. And you saw that the escape pod, whatever canister, smashed into the forest nearby the tar pits.
Well, exiting my my pod, my dirt bike-esque spaceship, I immediately switch on my Sornidor detector. My little blinking lights start spinning around the umbrella as I like wave the little wand thing out in front of me, trying to detect any sorts of Sornidor readings. You know, I'm trying to just get in all the info I can out of my new landing zone.
Oh, I feel like there's got to be like a faint trace of Sornidor energy coming from the bones. But like when you like move the detector in a certain direction towards the forest, it starts going crazy. It starts going haywire. There's really strong Sornidor energy somewhere nearby.
Ooh, my calculations were correct. All right, now I must be very careful because Sornidors, you know, it's not always the one you see. It's the 2 from the sides that you didn't even know were coming that you gotta be careful of.
As you start moving into the forest, Frederick Bonny like, lands on the ground behind you and goes, "Oh, young child, what is it that you seek? Please stop. Let me speak with you. Do you have any stuff I can take?"
What? No! And I dip. I'm like, well, you had me in the first half, but now you're gonna take my stuff? I just got my cool backpack, bucko. And I try to hightail it out of there. I ain't sitting around to get my stuff taken, my brand new birthday gift.
I'm a pirate, my dear. It's what we do. Here I come.
Well, I'm glad you warned me. And then I run.
Let's do deafness versus deafness as just the 2 of you guys. I think for this, Little Mitch, because you're jumping into the forest and trying to like hide and run, you can add your unassuming.
Nice. Okay.
Should I just roll a d6 for Frederick Bonny?
Yeah, I think maybe that's good. Like, unless an NPC is obviously really good at something or really bad at something, maybe we can just say D6 or D8 as a standard.
I hear that. Okay, well, I got a 3.
8 plus 2. I got a 10.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Killing it with these rolls tonight, guys.
This forest is so thick. I just simply can't make it through as with as much agility as this child before me. If only Margle Bargle was here to help tear these roots limb from limb.
Oh yeah, what's Margle Bargle up to?
Well, I think so. Little Mitch, the sound of this very sad, slightly flamboyant pirate is behind you as you run and hide. As you run and duck your way through the forest, and you're following the strength of this, growing signal of the Stony Doors according to your little detector, you come across the sounds of somebody like just sort of muttering to themselves in a small little clearing that was created by the crashing of this little escape pod. And you just hear, no, I can't.
What could it be?
I approach cautiously, trying to peek my head through the foliage.
As you get closer, you see it's this, it's the cannibalistic pirate, the Margabarg, and they're sort of having a discussion, and there's a log, like a broken tree, and they keep on jumping from one side of the tree to the other as they like take on different roles in the conversation. No, but I love him. I couldn't kill him. And then jumps over to the other side. You love no one. If you kill him and bring the skin and the child's skin, you will be rewarded richly. No, his skin belongs to him. His skin is his alone.
My skin is my own, Margle Bargle. I hear you.
Yeah, that, unlike Frodo, I am not persuaded by that type of character. I go, thank you.
As you make your way further into the woods, you see the two pirates kind of unite, and then we might see more of them. We might not. Only time will tell. You got to keep moving.
They immediately start making out.
Yeah.
There's a shot from the side as they're making out that like slowly the camera lowers to the ground, and you can see the footprint of something that's definitely not human with water vibrating in the puddle.
I knew I'd find you here, Margle Bargle.
I'm picturing the scene from Star Wars where he's like, I don't know if I have the strength to do what I need to do, and then he kills his dad, but that's you. But no, I think while they're kissing, it's like that similar scene to what Emma mentioned, where it like pans away, but you just hear like a sound that could be like a grunt of like, oh, I love you, and we're kissing, or it could be like a grunt of someone getting stabbed, and we just don't know. And the camera just fades away.
What a zone for that specific sound to live in. I would like each of us to try making a sound that could be two people kissing or being stabbed.
Wow, okay. Call me out. Fine.
Okay, I'll go first. Ready?
No, I'm going first. You challenge
Okay.
me? Okay.
Okay, my turn. Hold on.
No way.
Yeah. Emma, Mitch.
A Stony Door comes and eats both of you.
That's not canon. Okay, cut back to Lil Mitch.
Oh, sorry, did I not get a sound?
Yeah, that was a good sound. Oh, I mean, well, Lil Mitch is making his way through the forest, right? It's dense jungle.
Yeah, I'm consulting my Stony Door book, trying to learn about the different plants while following just the readings on my Stony Door detector. It's like I gotta move in like big sweeping arcs because like it gets stronger, then it gets weaker as you like move different ways. So I'm making like a zigzagging path kind of through the forest, like just trying to like really not following any of the topography or anything, just kind of like seeing where the device is leading me.
Oh my god, I think as you're going, like you're looking at plants, like you come up on one and like your device is like the Carplilia dilia was the main food source for the Carplonchodorus back in its day. Not to be confused with the Carchili papilli, which was a poisonous plant that the Carplonchodorus had to avoid. Yeah, you keep getting readings from a specific direction, and like you get a strong pulse every once in a while. And on the map, you might have some topo lines or something like a little like USGS map, and the satellite imagery. You see kind of a clearing not too far off as you're getting closer, and there's a big, strong Sornidor energy coming from it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely the way I'm going to be headed. Towards the next clearing, keeping my ears and eyes peeled, seeing what I can find, searching high and low for these beautiful Sornidors.
Once you make it kind of like over some brambly bush and everything, I think there is a clearing, and there's just like a much smaller tar pit like in the middle of it. But other than that, it's kind of serene, and there's nothing to be seen yet. But they're definitely getting very strong Sornidor readings from this area.
Well, if it's kind of a placid place, I feel like I've left my pursuers behind with my deftness. So I'm going to kind of just take it in for a little bit. I'm like, wow, dude, you made it. Like, this is where I was trying to get to, Sornidor Planet. And then I take off the backpack. I'm starting to stretch my arms. I dip my toe in the tar pit and find that it's delightfully lukewarm. Like not scalding, but I do a little mud bath on my feet.
How about a brain? Can you do a brains roll, Lil Mitch?
Yeah, I can. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Mm-hmm.
That is fascinating. You warm your feet in the tar pit mud bath. I don't know. Maybe you wait. You sure don't notice anything yet. Should we cut back to the ship briefly? Should we see what Captain Mo and Bill Church are doing?
I want to do a quick roll off with Maddie. So we can roll a d20 and you can roll a d20, and whoever's is higher, that's the pirate side that's winning the war right now.
Nice.
Nice, for
continues.
sure.
All right, Emma, roll that d20. All right.
18.
18 for the cannibals.
Oh, shockingly, the cannibals are destroying the campy gay pirates who got a 6.
It's so sad. Like everyone wants them to be evenly matched, but it's just not true. Like it's like, no, sorry, these guys are just better at and more scary.
It's like all of the campy gay pirates that swing on their weird like ropes floating in space over to the cannibal ship. They land there and they kind of strike a pose, and they're like,
Huzzah!
and immediately like a cannibal set upon them and tear them apart.
Davenport, the giggle cannon is ineffective.
Yeah. So I think the 4 of us are in the park ranger's truck, and we leave warp speed and we arrive at the scene of the cannibal pirates just absolutely tearing through this like wooden ship.
Oh God, Captain Mo, it looks pretty hairy down there. Did you see this during your time in the Navy?
70%, she said.
More like 100%.
Is this the precious ecosystem you're trying to protect, sir?
Yes, these pirates, they hang in a delicate balance. If the cannibals do too much eating, it destroys the spirit of the campy gay pirates. But if the campy gay pirates do too much coordinated singing and dancing, then the cannibals aren't able to do their thing either. So it's really not our job to pick a side.
I don't see why you can't just wipe them both out.
Now that's some colonizer thinking right there, miss. We prefer to just let nature take its course.
Well, nature is not the course on my grandchild.
Mo, it did, in the paperwork that I signed on your behalf, it did say we could not interfere with the pirate wars around Terrasorna, unfortunately.
Ma'am, you can read it right here, clear as day, on your permit that you have applied for and has been approved by the Department of the Space Interior.
Wait, wasn't it the Space Interior that introduced the cannibal pirates in the first place, officer?
Well, as you can see, before the cannibal pirates were reintroduced to the situation, there was a delightful rollick going on all of these planets, hither and yon, and show tunes were being sung in places where they just were not supposed to be. So we've been trying to counteract it, because we had killed too many of them, and they're a vital part to our ecosystem.
Wow.
Anyway, Mo, maybe you gotta take some evasive maneuvers to get down to the ground, eh?
Oh, I don't think. Oh, yeah. I guess even though I like that, even though it's not Mo's ship, she's still the one at the helm.
Absolutely. She's the captain.
Summer is taking videos of the pirates.
Tally ho! Come, let us face down the cannibal brethren.
A last stand, gentlemen. Huzzah!
Do thee quarrel?
Meat flesh.
That's good. This is good, just kind of background sound to kind of slip in there.
Yeah, just loop this over and over again, I think.
Meat flesh, blah blah.
She looks at you, Mitch, and says, what's your character's name?
It is, Park Ranger Rick.
Hey, Ranger Rick, does this vehicle of yours have any weapons on it, or what?
Not weapons per se, but we do have, a very high-powered, well, it used to be a microwave, but, we've retrofitted it to be able to warm up the exterior of space.
Whoa.
She looks back and forth at both Bill Church and Summer, trying to decide which of the two she trusts more. Bill, you get back there, you man that thing. I'm gonna try to drive us through this mess. Anything gets too close, melt it.
I'll warm it up, Mo.
All right, so what's the difficulty for her making it down to the surface?
Ooh. I feel like, well, what's she rolling?
I think deafness probably she's gonna try, because unlike Lil Mitch, she doesn't want this to get damaged up or whatever. She's just gonna try to avoid.
I feel like it's gotta be a 5 or a 6. It's gotta be hard.
All right, let's call it a 6. Let's say that things have calmed down since the hecticness of before, so that's why it's not quite as high.
Yeah, the cannibals are getting full.
Oof, that is a 1. A 1 on that die.
Oof. What if we kill our other 3 characters?
No.
Lil Mitch gets to live among the Sornidors just like he wanted.
I have to live through the trauma of my grandmother and cousin and her boyfriend dying.
Not just dying, but dying at the hands of the Reavers.
Can Summer do something to try to salvage the situation and like take the wheel from Mo as like she's starting to fail or something?
So we have to first describe Captain Mo failing and the consequences of that, and then if you want to, you can try a roll that like can help get us out of the new situation. But does somebody else want to take this one about what happens as Captain Mo drastically fails?
I think it comes in like 2 beats where like initially like the campy gay pirates start land like approaching the ship. They have like these 0G suits, much like Frederick Bonnie had. Like blue, like ethereal, like what's the thing? Like a force field around them, but it takes the shape of like tutus and beautiful campy clothing. And they start landing and like they're all like ha ha, and they're kind of laughing back and forth to each other. And then slowly but surely they're replaced by cannibals who kill them in front of your eyes and just like begin actually attacking the ship. Yeah, are they landing on the ship? Wait, that's a good question. Are they landing on the ship or are they just like threatening to get the ship?
I think landing on it. She rolled a 1, so I think I think that like the camp pirates attached to the outside of the ship with some sort of technology, and then the cannibals just come, kill them, and like hack at the ship.
One campy pirate like lands straight on the windshield and goes, "What ho? What have we here?" And then is immediately replaced by like a terrifying dude like pushing him off and screaming and tearing at the windshield.
Can Summer roll? What are my strengths? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to charm these guys. I gotta do brains. I want to do brains to try to do something that would detract. I want to make like a horrible smell. These are cannibals. I want to release like some sulfur, what like our garbage chute, something to like to make them not want to eat us.
Okay, I like that. So I think what's happening is that your guys' ship is crashing now because it's been damaged so much by all the cannibals and whatnot hacking at it. And Summer not wanting to get eaten once we crash. You're gonna try to mix together a bunch of weird chemicals to be able to make like a stink bomb or something.
Yeah, I'm taking like gas from our stove, all of our trash, emptying like the poop chute, all that kind of stuff, you know? And it's gonna be a brains roll. Do I get anything to that? I don't know.
You have prepared, so you can use prepared in order to have one commonplace item with you. What's a commonplace item you think you can have with you?
A gun.
I mean that would be lovely. I want to have okay. Do I have all the materials to do the things I already described?
You have all the materials to attempt it. If you wanted to have more materials, you could make it an easier roll, or you could attempt it with the materials that exist and do something else with the prepared.
I'm gonna attempt it with the existing materials, and with the prepared, I want to have like a weapon that I got purely for aesthetics. It's not something that's like that dangerous, but just like I wanted to look cool at school and got like bedazzled brass knuckles or something. I don't know, like what's something that like theoretically a teenage girl would own that's not as crazy as a gun necessarily, but
I feel like stun gun, brass knuckles, or something like that.
yeah, I'll go a stun baton. Pink stun baton. That like really just looks like a regular baton that I would use for band practice, so no one actually knows in my family that this is a real stun baton, but
All right, so Summer, you pull out your stun baton and whip together this stuff during the crashing of the ship, or the forced landing of the ship. Please make a brains roll. I'm going to say difficulty of 4
okay.
in order to put something together that can stink up the cabin.
Okay. 5.
Nice. So yeah, you have something together. As soon as you like drop it or throw it or break it, it'll be like bam, stinky in a small area.
Yeah.
How about everybody roll a grit roll as we come in for a hard, terrible landing? I think difficulty of 4 to not have some kind of, or difficulty 5 to not have a minor wound.
Oh, good thing I'm actually pretty gritty.
I only roll a d4, so I already have a minor wound.
Well, no, if you get a 4, then you explode and you can roll again.
Okay. Oh, I got a 4, so I can roll again.
Which means you're going to succeed no matter what.
Yeah.
So 5. So you get like hurt, bruised up a little bit or something else like that.
Okay.
But you're fine.
I got a 9.
Ranger Rick rolled a d6 and got a 5.
Okay, and Captain Mo is rolling a d8 for her grit. Only got a 3.
Mo, no! Oh my God, Mo, no! Your elbow, Mo! Mo, your elbow, it looks a little broke.
Yeah, it looks a little broke because it's a little broke, Bill.
Oh my God, Mo, how are you going to drive us home?
Ranger Rick, have you got some sort of painkillers or some first aid something?
Ma'am, you know I come equipped with a first aid kit. Of course I can help you. Get on over here, miss. And he pulls out gauze and a little smiley face sticker.
Summer, can you make a brains roll maybe to see whether or not any of those cannibals survived that crash?
3.
From what you see looking around, you see a bunch of like dead bodies. They had like these spacesuit things, but that entrance into atmosphere and crash seemed to have killed all of them.
Cool. Won't be a problem for sure.
As Ranger Rick is like applying first aid to Mo's arm, above you, a cannibal is like flying down at full speed, and then it like a campy gay pirate on a rope swings by and intercepts him, and so you guys have a moment to breathe. And maybe we should cut back to Lil Mitch.
Well, I got my feet in the tar pit. I am munching down on the candy that Summer gave me for my birthday, as well as the sugar packets and creamer that I've liberated from the coffee bar. And I'm just like flipping through the Sornidor book, being like, Tim, best birthday ever.
What is Lil Mitch doing with the sugar packets and like the creamers?
Well, he's opening up a creamer, dumping a packet of sugar into it, stirring it with his finger, shooting it like a shot.
Nathan, what would be like the equivalent of perception for this game? Is it brains?
It is usually brains, yes.
Well, I feel like Lil Mitch should roll brains one more time.
Okay. Yes, that is an 8 out of 8.
So you get to roll again because you can exceed by like, if you beat something by like 5 or more, then it's a real big success. And when you hit the big number, you
I
get to explode and roll again.
and then I get a 6.
Wow.
Total of 14.
So I think Lil Mitch, as he's sitting there, like just amping himself up on sugar, and reviewing Sornidor facts inside his head, just enjoying his birthday, he remembers that the reason Carplonchodorus loves carplily lilies is because of their high sugar content. And as he kind of like a little, just a little bit of sugar, like maybe like spills from his candy like into the tar pit, I think like one big eye emerges from the tar right in front of him and just kind of like blinks, like almost like on a stalk of some kind, and like looks at him and blinks.
Amazing.
I found him! They didn't believe me, but I found him! And I pull my feet out right quick, but they're caked in tar. And I pull out the detector.
Make a brawn roll as you're trying to yank those feet caked up in this mud out.
Brawn. No good. That's a 3.
Okay, so you are able to do it. You're able to like barely tug as you're yelling and screaming. And as you're yelling and screaming and looking around, being like, it's real. Breaking through the tree line is the newly reunited lovers.
What good news!
Margablarg and
They live.
I think there's like a bite mark on Frederick Bonnie's neck that you're not sure if it was like
kind of like, oh, are you okay?
But I think as they burst through the trees, like the hulking frame of a Carplonchodorus emerges from the tar, and did we describe the anatomy of the Carplonchodorus at all?
I know there's a dorsal fin. We played around with it being interdimensional.
Yes.
We've established that like can move between dimensions when it wants, and it's sharp fins.
Very sharp. As the tar kind of sloughs off of the Carplonchodorus's hulking frame, you kind of see its incredibly sharp, 4-dimensional dorsal fin, kind of with the passage of time contained in it. But then its eye stalks are just kind of snaily eye stalks, and it looks down at you. In your Carplonchodorus costume, maybe Lil Mitch should roll charm.
You get like taken in and saved by this mother Carplonchodorus who sees you as one of her young.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna try to do. I rolled a 5.
Nice.
I think the difficulty was pretty low for that because you were dressed as and whatever. I don't know necessarily like, it doesn't speak to you. You don't know that you're being taken in as one of its own, but it's gonna like look at you, do that nod that the raptor does to the T-Rex at the end of that weird Jurassic Park movie when they kill the other beam dinosaur. It gives you that nod, and then it looks over at the two pirates who they were smiling a second ago, and just lets out a big, massive roar.
And I let out a teeny tiny roar alongside it.
Oh, here, can you try that again? It got cut out.
It doesn't like the pitch that I'm doing this roar at.
No, maybe do a lower pitch. I think it's too high pitched.
Maybe we should roll charm rolls for the two pirates to see if the Carplonchodorus spares their life or not.
If it was a greeting roar or an anger roar.
I got a 5 for Frederick
I got
Bonnie.
a 4. I feel like we called it. That seems pretty good. I think it's going to be a roar, and then they just turn and run.
They run back into the woods. That's beautiful. I love that. Either they run or a anglerfish-like light comes out from the Carplonchodorus and touches them, and they both age 100 years in a second and crumble to dust before our eyes.
And I think that we don't need to like cut over to them, but I think that the group that just landed definitely hears a sudden, what sounds like insane roar.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, Lil Mitch, there you are looking up into the great green eye stalks, and the 4-dimensional dorsal fin of the Carplonchodorus. How do you feel?
Oh my god, Carplonchodorus has always been my favorite, and to see her now, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I slowly reach my hand up and try to touch her.
Do you reach your hand or your claw?
Oh, that's it. I want to touch it. I'm going with my actual hand.
So your trembling hand reaches towards the Carplonchodorus's skin, and I mean, what is this, a charm roll, or is this just like the natural, like, has this always been meant to be? What do we think?
Maybe not even charm. I think it could even be like argued as grit. I think it's going to be like he's imparted some sort of knowledge for half a second of the whateverth dimension, and it's like not his brain or his body. Maybe it could be a brains roll, like whether or not he can even handle that for a second of understanding.
Yeah, I think your skin touches the Carplonchodorus, and you immediately like exist in 4 dimensions and kind of see time stretch out before you, and you like see a variety of different lives you could live, reaching out from this point in time if you were to take different actions, and then maybe roll brains or grit to see if you can handle that mentally.
One of those lives is just like that guy that lived with grizzly bears forever until, he didn't get to live anymore.
Oh my god, yeah, what are the different lives? What are the different lives if Lil Mitch just stayed here and lived with Carplonchodorus?
Ooh, I think that he sees multiple different versions of that. Like one of them is you see that your family gets stuck on this planet because they were looking for you, and then like the pirate war gets out of control. One of your family members die, and then the other ones just like get stuck here, unable to return because they have no way of getting messages out from here, and they're just sort of surviving and sad and scared and cold while you're enjoying traveling all the dimensions of the world with the Sornidor.
I think there's another world where, like, with the multidimensional power of the of the Carplonchodorus, like, you are able to unite the cannibal and gay pirate like sides, and you kind of rule as a maybe a sort of boy king over these 2 warring factions. And slowly begin the work of resurrecting the various Sornidors. What Mitch and Emma, what are other lives Lil Mitch might lead from this moment?
God, well, it's hard to beat Boy King of 2 different warring pirate tribes. Like, okay, yeah, so then one of the other eventualities is I do stay here, I have a little bit of fun, but then quickly run out of food and become lonely and feral, scavenging off Carplonca lilies or whatever.
Emma?
Yeah, Lil Mitch, from reaching out, it just goes really, really well. You connect with this Sornidor, you start to connect to all the Sornidors, they take you in as their own, you're part of the tribe, even though they're really dangerous and they hunt ferociously. You just feel so accepted, and like this acceptance will last, and like you live there for years and years. But then one day, you know that they have wild instincts, you know that Sornidors do kill, that they might have even killed a human, and that they might even kill you one day. That's how that one is.
I feel like you should roll a brains, Lil Mitch. I feel like you should try to beat a 4.
Okay, so that is a D8 for brains, and I roll a 7. Let's go.
I feel like you realize. Sorry, Nathan, did you have something?
Instead of making this roll make him decide, I think what this is like you're able to take in this enough to like have clarity to make a decision going forward, where like you catch these images and you have the brains and knowledge to understand what they mean, is that these are all equally possible eventualities. There's like these many and then a dozen more of what could happen if you make the choice to like enter into the Sornidor dimension. And so maybe you can now, as Little Mitch, decide that now with this information.
I think with the knowledge that in like a great deal of these, you do eventually die a young death.
Become boy king of the pirates? I think I know which one I'm going to try to do. And I look at the Carplonchodorus right in its eye stalks, and I go, Mother, let me ride you into battle. We will be terrible and unstoppable.
And then I think we cut to the group that was coming to rescue, like the ranger and the rest of the family are being like suddenly accosted by a bunch of cannibals.
Oh my god.
And they're like, oh no, we're not going to make it. Where's little Mitch? We couldn't even find him. And I'm just holding on tight to Bill's hand. I'm sorry, Bill. I should have. You were right. A road trip's no place for kids.
Mo, I wish we'd never brought these fucking kids along.
I'm so sorry, Summer. And then we hear suddenly breaking through the trees.
Just a giant roar as the dorsal fin you see appear above the tree line, followed by the four-dimensional form, the long eye stalks, and then on its back, a smaller, tiny figure with an even smaller dorsal fin. And I come out and I'm ratatouilleing the Carplonkadoris by moving its eye stalks a little bit, and just Carplonkadoris comes in and just with a giant tail swing sweeps out these pirates right out from in front of Mo, Bill, and Summer.
As the tail hits, it's like the tail has like these sharp fins on it as well. And as the fins slice in, it's like they send parts of the pirates' bodies to different dimensions. So these people are just like suddenly like parts of them are gone and disappearing into various dimensions as they're being smacked about.
Summer tries to subtly put back in her pockets the stun baton and stink bomb she's created, but maybe doesn't want everyone to know are in her possession.
I think as Lil Mitch is ratatouilleing the Carplonkadoris and kind of they clear out the pirates, suddenly there's like a moment of silence as the conflict above us in space kind of halts as they watch what happens down here. And like there's suddenly no immediate conflict around us, and there's just a moment of silence as the three of us kind of look up at Lil Mitch, who's doing A-OK on his own.
Grandmother, I have witnessed the multiverse. I have been shown I can either die a king or return home and engage in the rest of 5th grade.
Mr. Bill Church calls up to Lil Mitch and goes, Lil Mitch, we should get going soon. The Dahlbergs want to see you.
Oh, all right. That sounds kind of fun. We cut to the family reunion, but I have brought Carplonkadoris.
Yes. So the Dahlbergs house is like just a nice big suburban home, a beautiful like backyard, and it's a lot of family from all sorts of different galaxies. The nice family reunion. Mr. Bill Church is running the grill. And Lil Mitch is riding Carplonkadoris around.
Yeah.
Summer is off on her phone and, vaping space clothes.
She's texting that boy she met at the casino.
Exactly.
Hey, and should different genres of space pirates also be at the family reunion?
Yes, I think so.
And like Carplonkadoris sits down next to the pond. The different pirates have resolved their differences and are water sliding into the pond down the tail.
And you watch as one of your cannibal pirates walks up to your parents and introduces themselves. Yeah, no, I serve. That's my new god king, your son there. He doesn't let me eat people anymore.
You see all of the cannibal pirates grumpily eating pork.
Oh, this is like pork man.
This was just as good the whole time.
We were wrong.
We were wrong about the cannibalism stuff, you guys. I think Frederick Bonney definitely is like making best friends with like the group of aunties at the family reunion who are all sitting around gossiping. He goes, and that little Mitch, the boy king, he's such a good leader, actually. Come on, Margot Bargle. Margot Bargle, come on. Let's go get some more punch. I think Mr. Bill Church and Mo kind of have a moment where they stand arms around each other's shoulders and just watch Lil Mitch hanging out with his Carplonkadoris and his cousins.
While the sun sets. There you go.
It closes in on a circle around Bill Church's face, happily sipping a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's nice. The end.
We'll use this for all the episodes with Mitch. This is the plug section. First, a big thanks to Keikoa Kato, who did our intro and our outro music. You can find me, Nathan, at on most platforms at Nathan Who Writes, no spaces.
You can find me, Emma Brown, at mshineart on Instagram, unless I've once again deleted my Instagram account. Get in before I get out. That's EMSHINE art. And I like to make paintings and illustrations, such as the cover for our podcast.
My name is Maddie, and you can find me at matt.kok. Is it Coke? Is it cock? No one knows. Sometimes I'll do like some writing stuff. Shout out to my partner's parents for this incredible high bush cranberry ketchup that I'm currently eating.
All right, I'm Mitch Collins. You can find me on Instagram at tumble.on.outfitters, or you can go to tumbleonoutfitters.com where you can buy a lovely handmade fleece mid-layer.
We're looking at pictures of those now, and they look cute and comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm happy with my Minx Alpha Fleece from Tumble On Outfitters. It's breathable when I need it to be, and warm when paired with another layer. And I get lots of compliments. My name is Maddie, and you can find me at matt.kok. Is it Coke? Is it cock? No one knows. Sometimes I'll do like some writing stuff. Although I bet if you're listening to this podcast, you probably know me personally. Well, maybe that's not true forever. Who knows? This is a long plug. Shout out to my partner's parents for this incredible high bush cranberry ketchup that I'm eating.
I did not hear that last part
You cut
about
out
your
a little
partner's
bit.
parents, I'll be honest.
Did you plug a ketchup company?
No, not a ketchup company. Sorry. I'm going to take it again. Shout out to my partner's lovely parents for this incredible high bush cranberry ketchup that I'm currently eating.
Cranberry ketchup.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they foraged their own cranberries, and she made ketchup.
out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, who are you? What family are you marrying, or not marrying, but you know what I mean?
The Hunters,
What?
baby. It's the Hunters.
More like the foragers. Hey,
But
Yeah, I was gonna say the gatherers. Whoa.
Whoa!
this guy gets it. All right, we're gonna edit parts of that out. Bitch, let's get yours.